So I was having this conversation yesterday with someone who they had been they've been implementing impulses based on what they've seen off the page and off different things, and they'd been trying and testing them out. And what he said that he'd been doing is he'd been doing 3 sets of 10 of them, and thought that he was implementing them in a way in which would be similar to the way that I would, or the way that I would use them, and then he was taking results and taking stuff based off of that. And then once he actually started training, he realized oh shit, that's not exactly how we use them. I mean, because in his specific case, we would do sets of 100 to 300, you do 2,500 to 3,000 impulse reps, and it worked. He was rehabbing from a labrum surgery, and eventually got to the point where he's able to throw, it'd been a long time, he was able to throw at high intent, etc. So but what we were talking about was that you don't understand, and this is something that I've learned. It's not just about what I'm doing. I don't understand what someone else is doing until I'm there and I'm actually getting the work from them. I'm actually directly in communication, directly working with that person. Or I'm actually involved within whatever their thing is. If I'm not involved with that, I really have no idea what's going on. And I think that's important to remember when you see something and you're oh, I think I know how this is going to work, or you hear me talking about it right now, or whatever the case is, you're oh, I think I know how this is going to work. I'm going to try to implement it myself, but it could be completely different than how it's actually used. Because even that example there, where I'm yeah, we use 2,500 to 3,000 impulses a day. In his specific case, in his specific scenario, his body responded really well to that, and it responded really well to joint moves and stuff that wasn't high output for his upper half. But someone else that's completely different, their body might not respond in that same way, right? And so we're going to utilize them completely different. So the thing to remember, as it relates to what I'm doing or what we do, is the only thing that we want to do is get the result, right? And how your body responds or how your body presents based on what we're giving it will determine what we do. So it's if we take impulses, we're not just blindly using impulses in this way, or in one given way. Impulses are something that they are a tool, just like a joint move, just like a bench press, just like a band work, just like handstands, just like the push-ups, just like iso, slow lowers. All these things are simply tools that we have, but it's not I'm this is how we use them. The thing that's important to understand with all these different tools is what effect is it that they create? What adaptation can you use them to create for the athlete? And then if I have that, or if we have that, then we can determine how we're going to use them based on how the athlete is presenting, based on the sport they play, etc. So you don't know what it is until you're in it.